Hello and welcome to the 9th edition of AMRL Raceday, brought to you by Powerade. I'm your host, David Calhoun, with my colleague Stevie Miller, and we got Chad Zimmerman as our special guest this week. How you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Me too.
So tonight we're kicking off a long week of racing again. 70 Series heads to Michigan International Speedway. Me and Chad's done some testing. Chad, what do you think about that place?
It's a lot different than the present day Michigan. It's not really the high speed corner track that you think of. You got to take your time going into the corners. If you overdrive it, you'll find yourself in the fence. So it should be a good race, and it'll be exciting. I think the person that best adapts himself to the track's going to be the one to take the checkered flag.
Yeah, I noticed when I was testing a little bit, I had some trouble in the corners and finally got the hang of it. But like you said, you overdrive, you're going to hit that wall. So guys, be careful tonight. Stevie, who do you think's going to win tonight?
I don't know. You gotta give me time to think about it, Calhoun. Why don't you talk about the past winners and I'll think about it. The winners from last week.
Okay, looking at last week, let's see. As I check out the forum here. We was at Bristol last week, I do believe. And Chad, you won that race.
Yeah, that was a good, fun race. Had a real good setup. Ended up grabbing the pole, which I was pretty happy about. And my set, the car really didn't come into itself till about 5 laps into a run, and then it just took off like a rocket ship. So, yeah, we had a good car, and I was pretty pleased with the victory.
Yeah, it's good to see rookie Drew Eisman have a good run out of that. He finished just 0.09 seconds behind, but typical Bristol, few wrecks and stuff, but other than that, about normal. Chad, I know you ain't going to be able to race tonight, but who you think's going to win at Michigan?
Michigan, see, trying to think who's been a good driver that adapts to tracks the best, and one person comes to mind, I think Nick Phillip. He's come in this league and he's done real well, so it looks like to me he's adapted real well to the tracks, and I think he's going to be the one to take it tonight.
Sounds good. Stevie, have you thought about who you think might win?
Yeah, it's going to be Floppy. Floppy's going to pull new.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I'm going to go out on a limb on this one. I know he's not had the best of luck, but he adapts, like you say, Chad, well to tracks and everything, and that's Maverick Morrow. I think we might see him in victory lane tonight.
Oh, really?
Yes. Last week we was at Gateway, fun track. A lot of people complained about it. Had a little bit of controversy at the end, but rookie sensation Ryan Hearn ended up the victor of that one. As one tough track, I see BNCZ Racing teammates, Chad, yourself, and Danny Boyd had a pretty good run.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting track. We had a pretty good car, and we were I think we qualified up front a little bit, and on a restart I ended up losing fourth gear only about 5 laps into the race, so I was running third gear the whole race, but you know, I had a good strong transmission, good third gear that I held on to the end of the race and got me a top 5, so I was pretty satisfied with that.
Yeah, having a just look here, I kind of overlooked Corey. He's finished in front of you. That was second, third, and fourth for BNCZ Racing, so pretty good show for a team. Me and Stevie finished top 10. That's pretty good for us. Like you say, that. Do what?
Shoot, I went over the bumpity thing and spun out.
Yeah, I remember you talking about the bumpity things.
I'm gonna trademark that. I'm gonna trademark that name, bumpity thing.
Sounds good. Something that nobody else can use. You heard it here first. Trademarking bumpity things.
Oh yeah.
But tomorrow night we'll be running at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Chad, you ready for that one?
Yeah, Atlanta is one of my favorite tracks. I like the mile-and-a-half tracks. I like how Atlanta's wide and fast, and you can really multiple groove. You can run the top, you can run the bottom, middle, and you get a lot of 2-3 wide racing. So look for me to be rim riding tomorrow night, and I think we're gonna have a good show. I think we're gonna be a contender for the win.
So are you saying yourself as the winner for a pick, or you think you might jinx yourself?
No, I don't want to pick myself. That's not the way to do it. But I'm going to pick my teammate Corey Spencer. Me and him, we've been testing a little bit there and talking about our setups, and he's got a real good car.
Yeah, I'm going to pick our boy Stevie here. I think he's going to end up doing something and maybe grabbing that points lead as well. So I'm going to pick Stevie for tomorrow night's race at Atlanta, the winner. Stevie, who do you think's going to win that one?
I picked Chad. He's gonna palm the noobs like Floppy would palm the noobs.
Sounds good. Monday, we're heading to Memphis in the late model series. Another short track action, of course. Late models is anonymous for that. Tough little track. Jake continues to hold the points lead in that series, and last week we was at South Georgia Motorsports Park, and Floppy, as Stevie said earlier in the broadcast, pwned the noobs. In fact, done that in this one. He come out winning, so good, strong showing for Floppy in the late models once again.
Geez, Calhoun, you got some screaming fans in the background.
Yeah, a few fans out and about, ain't they?
I can tell. Who do you think's gonna win the late model race in Memphis, Calhoun?
Performance-wise, we can't count out Jake Williams. He's been running strong in just about every late model series event. That's why he's the points leader. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'll look for Corey Spencer to maybe come out on top on this one. He's, of course, famous for driving in real life, short track, so I think he might come out on top. Who you think's going to win, Chad?
Let's see. Looking at the entry list and looking at last week's results, Jake, he had a tough luck there at South Georgia, so I think he's going to look to rebound. I think he's going to come out on top.